What is up, fellas and ladies? So today's lesson is a simple concept, but before we dive into that, let's get the question of the lesson. What is your favorite triplet-based pattern? Put it in the comment section below. We all want to know. That way we can kind of trade patterns and kind of steal off of each other and learn them and make them our own. Now, the lesson is very simple in concept. A lot of the times we learn linear patterns or we learn stickings or whatever, and we forget to cross them over into other subdivisions. So what happens if you have just a sticking and all of a sudden you say, you know what happens if we put that in triplets? What happens if we put that in sextuplets? What happens if we put that in eighth notes? That's what I want to get to today. And it's very quick. It's just going to be a triplet sticking. And instead of going into a 16th note fill like we would in a James Brown type groove like this, too often I hear that type of stuff done, and that's good, but every now and then let's throw a little spice in there. Let's throw a little variety. So how can we do that? Well, I've got a triplet bass fill, and I'm just going to lay it out for you real quick here. It's essentially foot, right, left, right on the floor tom, left on the snare drum, and then that's going to be the first triplet pattern. The second triplet pattern is going to be even just as simple. It's going to be a right on the snare, left here on the hi-hat, right on the ride cymbal. So those together would sound like this. Easy enough, right? Let's add one more small triplet pattern, one more beat of triplet pattern, and this time the triplet's going to start on that left because we ended the last triplet pattern on the right here on the ride cymbal. We're going to hit snare here, snare again, and then we're opening the hi-hat for 4. We're just going to let it ring out. And you might say, well, that's not too hip of a pattern. Who cares if it's hip? What matters is if it sounds good. So let's take it and put in the same type of James Brown groove we had going on. And now let's put this triplet pattern in there and see how it changes the feel, how we can just go into a different type of subdivided pattern for a drum fill. And all of a sudden it sounds cool because we're in such a 16th based drum groove that we've got going on here. So if I were to demonstrate, this would sound like this. That's the whole basis of this lesson. Let's do something just a little bit different from the norm. And if we do, a lot of times we find something really cool. That's what I love about drumming. You can change something so small and all of a sudden something that wasn't hip before has become hip. All right. If you want to, go check out the live lessons. As always, they're there. If you sign up this month, you get a free copy of my newest drum method book, which is completely free to you. Live stream 7 times a week, and we're having a blast in there. There's also the student Facebook page where they're interacting the whole time. I'll put the link below this video, as well as I'm starting a new free subscription model. I like to get information out to you, and I thought, what happens if YouTube goes away? What happens if Facebook goes away? What happens if Twitter goes away? I'm not going to be able to get lessons to those people. So I've tried to fix that. What's going to happen is there's going to be a weekly email that goes out. This is not going to be a spam. It's not going to be me selling a bunch of product to you. It's going to be an email lesson. I'm going to send you PDFs. I'm going to send you audio copies. I'm going to send you videos of small lessons that I've done that won't be available up here on YouTube. They'll only be available for the people that do the subscription email service. That's all it is. It's free. Now, do I do some things on my website that are paid? Absolutely. I will talk about students. I'll talk about what's going on in the drum shed, but I promise you, you will not get 4 emails a week of me spamming you. You'll hear about when something new comes out. You'll hear about when one of my students does something cool or whenever we're studying something cool in a lesson, but I will not spam you with this stuff. You'll get 1 email a week and it will consist of a lesson. That is what will be in it. So if you want to sign up for that, the link's below this lesson or below this video, as well as the link to sign up for the live lessons. I hope to see you in there. If not, I'll see you back here on YouTube.